Hi everyone, this is Vanessa Cereno from BSHM 501 and I'm here in front of you, in front of this camera to give you some example about the basic tools that we use in baking. And before that, I just want to give you some background of what is baking is. So baking is a method of preparing food that use dry heat, typically in an oven, but can also be done in a hot ashes or on a hot stones. The most common baked items is bread, but many other types of food are baked. Heat is gradually transferred from the surface of cake, cookies, and breads to their center. So here's some example of baking tools that we use in baking. The first one is the rubber spatula or the scraper. So this tool is ideal for scraping the last bit of butter or dough out of the pan, or for scraping all the nook and crannies out. It's also super handy for folding together wet and dry ingredients. Also, silicone scrapers will stand up to high heat than rubber ones. And then the next one is the whisk. We are using the whisk to mix ingredients for sauces and also for dressings. But beating an eggs and also whipped cream until it's fluffy. The third one is the digital timer, which can be used to know exactly where your baked goods are done, so don't burn them out. We can prevent to burn the product. So when you are multitasking, it was really usable. The next one is the rolling pin. Use it to roll out dough or pies, crackers, tarts, and pizzas to a thin and even consistency. So next one is the pastry brush. The pastry brush, we use this for adding an egg white coating anytime you want. It helps to create a glossy finish. And then the next one is the baking pan. Of course, it was really important. Baking pan is used to hold runny butters such as cake batter, and thick solid masses of food. The foods are placed into the pan and put into the oven. So we have we have some available variety of sizes, surface textures, and also the color. So it was up to you what size or what shape or what color of the pan that you will use in baking. It doesn't matter. Next is the pastry bags and piping pipes. This one is commonly used for decorating cakes and also cupcakes and other baked goods. Pastry bags and tips are versatile. It tools that can be used for many different tasks in the kitchen. For example, you can use pastry bags for piping mashed potatoes, meringues, dough, and much more. Also, the very important basic tools that we use is the oven, of course. Oven sets and maintains the proper conditions of heat, flux, humidity, and temperature to carry out the baking process and the removal of moisture from the products. So we have a lot of baking tools that we use, but I'm giving you some of the example that can be used, or I'm giving you some of the idea of baking tools that we use in baking. So this pandemic, for me, it's not a hindrance to learn about baking, especially what I noticed because of the pandemic. One of the business that was bloom is a creating baking goodies. And in creating some baking goods, aside from it, it was easy. Maybe they it was one of the bloom businesses in our country this pandemic, because it was really easy to create. We can do baking inside of our house, especially this pandemic. We are not allowed to go outside wherever we want. So because of this, because of the baking, some of the family in the Philippines, they do this small business to provide their needs also. Because like for example, you were creating the egg goods or your cakes or your cookies inside your home. All you have to do is just post this online. You can post it online so that some of your friends will see that you are selling some goods or some cakes, some pastry goods like that. So it was it's like a bread and butter of one of the family. So for me, pandemic is not a hindrance if you want to learn, or if you want to know what baking is, because we can do baking inside of our house. Especially the pandemic, we are not allowed to go outside, so this is one of the best activity that we can do inside of our home. Also, what I observe is, because in this pandemic, one of the business was bloom is the baking. Some of the Filipino, or some of the people was very creative. They're very creative. From a simple bread, they were going to add the twist, so it will become special. So what I excited about to learn on this subject is I am excited to learn on how to bake, because honestly I'm not into baking. So but I'm willing to learn. I have this eagerness to learn baking. And what I'm excited to learn about, because I only know how to use some basic baking tools. So I have this willingness and this eagerness to know what are those, or what can I do to some of the basic tools that was already using in baking. So yeah, that's it. Again, this is Vanessa Cereno from VSA Channel 501, and I hope you enjoy my video regarding for the basic tools that we use in baking. Again, this is Vanessa Cereno.